My sister wanted my home for her family. I refused. She called me selfish and ended up drowning in bills. I'm 29. My sister's 27. She's always been the golden child while I was just there. Growing up, the difference was impossible to miss. Her birthdays got rented venues with bounce houses and full guest lists. Mine got homemade cake at the kitchen table. When she mentioned wanting a bike, she got it by the weekend. I saved for 8 months doing lawn work just to buy a used skateboard. School was the same pattern. She brought home average work and it went on the fridge with magnets. I placed second in the regional science fair, and my dad missed it for a work meeting. When she had one line in the school play, both parents left work early. My straight A's barely got acknowledged at dinner. I moved out at 19 and worked 3 jobs through college. Morning shifts at a coffee shop, evenings at a bookstore, weekends doing data entry online, paid my own tuition, rent, everything. She dropped out of community college twice and lived at home rent-free for 6 years. They bought her 2 cars because the first one was unreliable. I drove a beat-up Honda I'd saved 2 years to afford. By 27, I'd finally scraped together enough for a down payment. Nothing fancy, just a solid 3-bedroom place in a decent neighborhood near my job. I was proud of it. Every piece of furniture, every paint color, every drawer organizer came from my own paycheck. It felt like proof that I'd made it without their help. I invited them over for lunch to show them the place, made sandwiches, bought drinks, cleaned everything until it sparkled. My sister walked in and immediately started opening doors. She stopped at the spare bedroom and stared at the empty space. "This room would be perfect for a nursery," she said, turning to face me. I laughed, thinking she was joking. "Good thing it's my office." Her face was dead serious. "Come on, you're single. You don't even need this much space. We're starting a family and can't afford anything decent in a safe area. This location is perfect." I blinked, waiting for the punchline. It never came. My mom set down her glass and nodded. "She's right, honey. You could easily get a studio apartment somewhere. This would really help her out during a difficult time." My dad added his voice from the couch. "Family helps family. You'll understand when you have kids of your own." I felt my chest tighten. "So let me get this straight. I worked 60-hour weeks for years, saved every dollar, skipped vacations and nights out, and now you want me to just hand over my home because she made different choices?" My sister's face flushed red. "Different choices? I'm trying to start a family. That's more important than you sitting here alone in 3 bedrooms. Stop being so selfish. It's one thing. I'm asking for one thing." "One thing?" My voice came out sharper than I intended. "You've gotten everything handed to you since we were kids. New cars, paid trips, rent-free living. I got lectures about being responsible and pulling myself up. Now you want my home too?" She started crying, loud sobs that filled my kitchen. My parents immediately moved to comfort her. My dad shot me a look like I just kicked a puppy. My mom rubbed my sister's back. "See what you've done? She's pregnant and stressed. Is this really how you want to treat family?" I grabbed my keys off the counter. "I came here for lunch, not to be guilt-tripped about owning something I earned. I think you should all leave." My sister shouted through her tears as they headed for the door. "You're going to regret this when you're alone with nobody who cares about you." I held the door open and looked her dead in the eye. "Better alone than broke, paying for your mistakes." The door closed behind them. My phone blew up for days. Texts calling me heartless, selfish, cruel. I blocked most of them. 3 months later, my cousin texted me the update. My sister and her boyfriend had moved back in with my parents. His hours at work got cut. They couldn't make rent on their apartment. My dad had dipped into his retirement savings to cover their bills and baby expenses. My mom was picking up extra shifts. My phone rang one evening. My mom's number. She asked if I could loan them some money just until they got back on their feet. I said no and hung up. Weeks passed quietly. I focused on work, got recognized for a major project, kept my head down. Then last Tuesday, my company announced promotions at the quarterly meeting. My name was called for senior management with a massive raise. They posted about it on LinkedIn with my photo, congratulating the team. Within an hour, my phone rang. My sister crying so hard I could barely understand her. They were 2 weeks from eviction. Her boyfriend had been fired. My parents had maxed out their credit cards helping them and couldn't give anymore. She was begging, actually begging me for help with their overdue rent. I let her finish, then said calmly, "Remember what you told me at my door?" I hung up.